Miss Marvel Classic. This is the character that's going to drive the absolute A-Force to victory. What is she bringing to the game? Well, hey, we're going to need to take a look at the stats. Let's see what she's bringing to the game. She is the 7th most powerful character overall in the game. For a new team, that's definitely not bad. Health, 4th overall. So we got Mephisto, who gets no play on this channel. No, Odin, and then coming in at 4th is Miss Marvel Classic. That's going to be a key to why she is so powerful. She can really take a hit, and that's what she's here to do. She can't really hand it out. Damage 20th overall, that's not terrible, but that is not her job. Armor 3rd overall in the game. So once again, large health pool, hard to actually do damage to her. The longer she stays on the field, the harder it's going to be to deal with the rest of the team. Focus 27th overall. Resistance is 7th. So that's similar to Man-Thing, and she can increase her resistance with other abilities she has. Speed 122nd. She doesn't need to go fast. It's kind of like the Black Knight, but again, as long as she's on the field, she's doing her job. We really want to pay attention to this passive, air superiority. This is what's going to make or break this character. This is what we're going to have to deal with. So let's really take a minute to break this down. It's very important. So when she is attacked, if she has charges and doesn't have 2 exhausted, she's going to heal not only herself, but all the rest of the absolute A-Force allies for 10% of her max health. And every time it happens, she's flipping 2 bleeds, and she's going to remove 2 negative effects. Doing that will cost her 1 charge. So on anybody's turn or the end of their turn, if she has charge, she will gain taunt. So that effectively means that any time if she has lost the taunt, she can reapply it. If she's charged, she cannot be given trauma, heal block, disrupted, defense down, slow, or stun. Very difficult to control her if she has a charge. Now what happens when she runs out? When she loses her charge, she loses the taunt. But she's going to clear 3 negative effects from herself and all of the absolute A-Force allies. So you will lose control of the opposing team. You will lose control of the absolute A-Force if you have them locked down when she loses her taunt. In addition, she will then apply offense up, speed up, and 2 counters. This is wildly important. The team is now going faster, they're hitting harder, and those counters will trigger other abilities, as you'll see during the rest of the video. Now, this is the only part of the kit that is locked to war. When she spawns, she's going to get 5 charges, and she maxes out at 5. When her or any absolute A-Force ally drops below 40% health, you will clear Disrupted, and you're going to apply defense up for 2 turns, evade for 2 turns, death proof, and safeguard, helping to lock in and resist any more negative effects. If you can eliminate an enemy, then you apply safeguard and immunity to her and the entirety of the absolute A-Force team. So an early KO will make it almost impossible for this team to be affected by negative status effects. On top of all that, when she's charged, she gets 25% damage reduction. So the incoming damage that she takes is reduced by an additional 25%. 1000% resistance on top of that. So even if you had one other ability that you could try to land on her that wasn't mentioned earlier, the chance of that happening is near 0, as she has 1000% flat resistance when she's charged. It's a very interesting ability. It's a passive ability, but we need to see how it works. So take a look at the left-hand side of the screen. Sorry, it got cut off there, but air superiority, and she has 5 charges. Kahori is going to go next and do her thing, but we want to just keep in mind, keep looking for that air superiority that continues to pop up over Miss Marvel Classic. So characters are taking hits. The taunt, right? She didn't have the taunt. Somebody took a turn. The taunt's active, air superiority. It continues to pop up. People are going to take turns. Every time it's looking, does she have charges, air superiority? She took a hit that will reduce the charge, but she will heal and clear negative effects, right? They're applying negative effects. She takes a hit, air superiority. It clears random negative effects. So it's difficult to control this team. Wasp has trauma, so she can't get rid of the negative effects. Big hit here. It's going to push her into the yellow, Wasp into the yellow, so she should receive a bunch of positive effects, but she has the trauma. The taunt is gone, The taunt is gone, so we have counter, offense up, and speed up, allowing your team to now go faster. Those counters are going to be very, very important. We're going to go for a knockout move here with Medusa. Since we're going to eliminate an enemy character, we're going to get safeguard and immunity. And there we go. We see that it procced. It procced earlier when some of the minions went away too, but it's just something to keep in mind when dealing with the absolute A-Force team. Sentinel's going to go hit Miss Marvel Classic, and because she has counter attack, she uses her basic. Charges come back, the taunt comes back, and now it's her turn and it starts all over again. Air superiority is an amazing passive ability. It's going to make it very difficult to do damage to this team. Her ultimate ability is close the distance. She's going to attack the primary target for damage, apply defense down for 2 turns, and heal block for 2 turns. We'll also increase the damage by 50% per charge, meaning best case scenario, we're talking about an 800% damage attack. Very unlikely with her, but it is possible. It will indeed set you up for another character to get the knockout punch. When this happens, you're going to clear all negative effects from her and all allies. You're going to heal all of the absolute A-Force allies for 40% of her max health. You're going to get regen. You're going to get defense up, immunity, and safeguard. So if you were not able to do the safeguard and immunity earlier, it will happen now and make the team very difficult to control. And in war, the attack cannot be blocked, it cannot be dodged, so evades and deflects will not help. We're going to pick up where we left off. We're going to take a look at the move here. The animation will slow it down so you can see what happens. We're going to go after Nimrod here. He's already hurt. We're going to try to get a big hit. And we'll give ourselves safeguard, immunity, defense up, and all that. Beautiful, beautiful animation. I like the thumbs up. And just like we said, we got healing, defense up, immunity, safeguard. She goes late. So when this happens, it's going to be a problem because now notice here, she has the counters. He's already hurt. She gets the KO. So that would be another application of immunity and safeguard. Super Scroll goes here. Just wanted to show you because we have all those positive effects. We have no damage. Wasp didn't get any positive effects. She was wide open. She's hurt really badly, but the rest of the team is looking pretty right now. So this move closes the distance. Again, it's late. She's a slow character, so when she takes her turn, it really puts the shields up on this team, really makes them almost impossible to control, meaning they can just shell out damage. That's how they're going to get the win. She's hard to drill through, and if you can't get to her, she's going to cause problems for you. The simplest move that she has is her special ability, Flying Kree. She's going to do damage to primary and adjacent targets, and she's going to also heal herself with 20% drain from that attack. Not just herself, she's going to heal the rest of the A-Force team for 30% of her max health. She's going to hand out evades and regenerations, and in war, the attack cannot be blocked or dodged, so once again, evades or deflects will not stop this from happening. So let's take a look at the ability and some other interactions. We don't really need healing, but let's just see how it looks against Apocalypse here. Nice hit. Heals go off, so everybody's topped up to full. They weren't full before, now everybody's full. Miss Marvel Classic. There she goes. Air superiority. She's taunting now, so she's going to be able to take the hit from Apocalypse. She's hurt, right? She's in the yellow. She's hurt, and they're still going to attack her. She still has taunt, so they're still going to continue to attack. The point of this character is to buy you time so that the rest of the team can do what they do. So Miss Marvel Classic, as long as she's standing, the rest of the team is incredibly powerful on the offensive side. Okay, so now we're going to go after Apocalypse. He doesn't have any negative effects, or excuse me, positive effects, so we flip to negative, and Wasp is able to get the KO. That's nuts, all right? So that's the key to working with this team. The stronger this character is, the more likely it is you can do damage with the rest of your characters. Her basic ability is classic beatdown. You're going to attack the opponents for damage. You also give defense up and regeneration to the absolute A-Force member that doesn't already have the defense up. In war, you will also heal yourself and all absolute A-Force allies for 10% of Miss Marvel Classic's max health. And don't forget, when she has less than 2 charges, when she does her basic ability, it gives her plus 3 charges up to a maximum of 3. So this is how she will replenish her charges. Counterattacks and things like that will help do that. She's a very interesting character. Her kit has a lot of ebb and flow to it. So really how she goes, so goes the team. So we'll go ahead and take a peek at this animation. Kahori is the only one that doesn't have defense up, so she should get it. We'll slow it down. The animations are beautiful, man. And that's a big hit, right? That's a big hit. Lots of damage. Really looking forward to seeing what this team can actually do. And along those lines, man, I really want to hear back from you. What do you think will be the future of this team? How long will they last? Will they change the way Alliance War is done? Are you planning on putting them on offense or defense? Really curious to hear what you think. They're not supposed to be able to punch out Odin or Mephisto. But hey, if you haven't seen this video yet, let me know what you think.